Hello beautiful souls, day 168. Today's title of this video: Are you waiting for an old identity to die? This question came into my mind this morning, and it's got me contemplating, it's got me wondering. We see in so many places, and it's something I've said myself, said to myself and said to others, that the old identity must die for us to embody, embrace, live as all of that, our truer soul identity. And sometimes that can be done in layers. And what I've been contemplating this morning is the power of our words and the intentionality behind our words and the energetics behind the words. That is it possible that when we say to ourselves or others that the old identity must die for the new, quote-unquote, truer identity to be expressed? And in saying that, have we unconsciously activated a waiting state, a frequency, a vibration of waiting that is kind of coded into that? That by saying those words, the old identity must die, we kind of, it might feel like we don't have the power, shall we say, within that there's an outsourcing of that to happen, that it can't be now, it can't be instant. And this is something that I'm going to contemplate on myself more, and I'm inviting you to do the same. How is this resonating for you? Is this bringing up a, oh, I wonder kind of feeling in you? Because for myself, it's definitely awakening a realization in that. And then the alternative way to speak to it is, I collapse this old identity now. There's a presence within that. There is this, I am the source of this. I am not waiting. I am the one who decides when the old identity is done. Not when external circumstances have shifted, not when something has finally filtered away, not when I'm feeling a certain way, but because I choose now as the conscious coder of who I am, I collapse the old identity now. And what's coming to mind to say around that is that being clear on what that old identity is, what the untruths potentially, or just the out of date pieces within that are no longer needed. The one who potentially holds herself back more than she needs to, the one who doubts herself, the one that gets lost in the emotion of what she thinks might happen, or how it might go, or all of these things. And to get very clear on that, and to come into the presence of your being, the silence of your soul, and to pull pull yourself into that truth, and declare from that being of who you are, I collapse this old identity now. My internet had a bit of a wobble. That it is done, and to allow your body to feel your body responding to that, the shivers of that. And even in your imagination, if it helps to imagine a scaffolding that has been around you collapse, dissolve, fall away. And as I was thinking about this morning, if there was a visual analogy to put to this, if we were to use the example of an ice cube, whatever shape that ice cube is, that when we say this old identity must die, you have an ice cube and you take it out of the freezer and you leave it there to melt. You've done the thing, you've said the thing, but now you're waiting for it to melt. But when you declare I collapse this old identity now. And you take an ice cube out of the freezer and you either put it straight into boiling hot water, or you do something else where it melts almost instantly. There's little to no waiting. There might be a small time lapse, but you have done the most powerful thing to do in melting that ice cube. And it is the same with this, I feel. So I'm really wondering, what does this bring up for you? How does this feel in your body? What is it that resonates more for you? Maybe the words this identity must die now is already coded powerfully within you, but I'd really invite you to feel into, is this actually putting me in a waiting state? Am I somehow outsourcing this, waiting for a validation from outside of myself? Or am I willing to choose to collapse an old identity now and make it so, and not wait for the outside world to show you that it is done, but to know that the power of your decision has done it? And sometimes you may need to say that. A lot of times. I have collapsed this identity. The truth of who I am is right within me. The signal of my truth is alive in me, and I move from that place. My soul identity is who I am, and I choose to move from that, as that, and in that. I think that's it for today. If this has brought up something for you, let me know. If you feel that this would resonate with somebody that you know, then please do send it on. So many of us are moving through big shifts of identity, coming back to who it is that we are. We need to ensure that we are not placing ourselves in an unconscious waiting state in the process of doing so. We are coded to fully reclaim ourselves, to redefine ourselves, to bring ourselves home to the truth of our soul identity, to redefine ourselves at that level, over and over and over. That is it for today. I will see you tomorrow. Have a beautiful Saturday.